Hey everybody, it's Natasha from Mystic Wisdom and Treasures. We are back here today for a brand new pick a card reading. For today's subject, we are going to be taking a look into you and the person that you are meant to be with. We're going to be exploring the energy of both yourself and this other person, the connection between you, and also the life that you will share. If you would like to take a moment to pause the video to really ground, center yourself, and clear your mind, you may do so. Call in your spirit guides, guardian angels, your higher self, and the universe to help direct you to the pile or piles that contain the information for your highest good. Now, without further ado, let's get into the piles. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. For the crystals, if you prefer to choose by the crystals, we have pile number 1 with the rose quartz crystal. We have pile number 2 with the peacock ore. And we have pile number 3 with the Larimar. When you are ready, I will have timestamps in the pinned comment down below and also in the description of the video. And let's get into these piles. Hello, pile number 1. For those of you who selected the pile with the rose quartz crystal, welcome to your reading. Let's find out from Spirit some information regarding you and the person that you are meant to be with. So starting off, I chose these top 2 cards representing both the energy of this other person and you. I'm still learning the names of these cards, so I do not want to butcher how they are pronounced. So I will be skipping that part for now. But let's get into the reading, guys. So the first card represents your other person. The energy of them. Kind of like the personality or some traits about them. So with this card, what I'm seeing is that this is a person that is probably more action-oriented. They're somebody who is on the go. I'm getting right now that they may possibly be a fire sign. They don't have to be, or they may embody characteristics of those signs, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. This is somebody who likes to put things into action. They're very quick moving, quick thinking, fiery, passionate, goal-oriented. They might even have, I'm sensing, some more practical traits about them. So they might be a blend of fire and earth element energies. So earth energies would be Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. They don't have to be, but this is just the energy that's coming up right now looking at this card. So they're a mix between fire and earth characteristics. So they're both practical. They are also very action-oriented. They may put a lot of emphasis on career. And I feel like there's somebody that helps you get moving. And for your energy, this card represented you. And I'm feeling like you are somebody who might be very creative for a lot of you. You're somebody that's more in your own head. There's a lot of beauty surrounding you. Let me see what else I'm getting from this. I'm feeling like you're somebody that gets a lot of creative visions. This kind of has a wand's suit vibe and a lot of fiery energy into it. You're somebody who might be very emotionally expressive, somebody who's very imaginative, somebody whose mind is always going. You may be into art, writing. I feel like you may be more of the introverted one, but I don't feel like that's for all of you. You're somebody with all the butterflies in this card. I'm feeling like you've gone through an immense amount of transformation, and a lot of your creativity is fueled by the experiences that shaped you. So where you might be more in your head. I feel like you are an idea powerhouse, where this person might be more in their body or might be more on the go. So generally speaking, for some of you or a lot of you, you may be more of the introverted one and they may be more of the extroverted one. But together, I really feel like you're a very complementary pair. It's like you fuel each other. It's like this putting together the fire with this continuous moving wheel. When there's action added to your fire, it's like this unstoppable combination that never stops burning, never stops shining bright. I feel like they push you to reach your goals, and they really admire your mind. They admire your ideas. They admire your passions, and you feel like a very complementary team. When I am looking at these, for some of you, it doesn't have to apply, but you might also have a business partnership with this person or something to do with your career where you merge both of your talents. You merge their practicality with your imagination, with your creativity. Their action with your vision. So for the next 3 cards, these ones will represent the connection between you. I know I kind of already got into that just with these 2 cards, but I wanted to do that separately. So we have routine, magic, and responsibility. And so this definitely goes along with the stuff I was saying about them being more practical. We have routine and responsibility. So yeah, definitely it feels like a major confirmation of what I was just saying about them being more practical. They might have more earth energy, where you might be more like water or air energy, which is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer for the water, and Aquarius, Gemini, Libra for the air. You don't have to be, but this is just kind of the vibes that I'm getting. I feel like with the routine card, they definitely put your ideas into action or help you spring forward. But at the same time, what I'm feeling is that you help them slow down. I feel like they may not be in their mind nearly as much as you. Maybe they sometimes avoid that or avoid diving deep into their emotions. But I feel like with you, they have all these warm, bubbling feelings that rise up, and it kind of makes them slow down just naturally. And wanting to take a look into that. I feel like you have the magic card right here. You bring magic into their reality, where before they may have been more concrete, more practical, more thinking about routines, thinking about actions, goals, the physical body, where I feel like they didn't see things as much in color. Not that people can't, if that's what they're focused on, but I feel like this other person may not have slowed down enough to see what's going on beneath the surface. But I feel like you help them slow down, and they feel nurtured by that and captivated by you. With your creativity, it's like they start seeing the world in a different way. Yeah, we also have the turtles in this card too, which to me is speaking of patience, slowing down, taking some time to relax and play and enjoy the present moment. Because they may be always on the go, it feels like you help them slow down and enjoy the right now with you and embrace the feelings that are coming up. I feel like you give them this warm, fuzzy, bubbly feeling, and they have a softer side with you. They have a more slowed down side with you. With the responsibility card, on the other hand, for your connection, I feel like they help you bring your ideas into action, where your head might be more in the clouds and them not as much. They're more in the physical world, in their physical body. I feel like they help you with the day-to-day routines. They might help give you more structure too. And I don't mean like they're trying to control the way that your daily routine goes or anything, but I feel like being around them rubs off on you in a way where it makes you a bit more action oriented. It's like balancing the scales here. You help bring them into their head. They help you get brought into your body, into this physical world. You're probably somebody who is very intuitive, very empathic, somebody very relatable. You like to relate with other people. You have a creative mind. I feel like you're somebody very compassionate, and they love that about you. And you love that they're like this unstoppable force. There's a sense of stability and also action and wit about them. But it's like they help give you structure that you may not have thought you had before much of, and it helps bring you balance. So there's a really balancing aspect between the two of you. One is more imaginative, creative, likes to do things with their hands. Maybe you create certain things, maybe you write. It feels like this color, I keep getting this symbol of like colorful waters that run deep, and it's like magic to them. But your mind always has these creative ideas, and sometimes maybe you have trouble getting out of your head, and they help you get out of your head, whereas you help them get in their head and embrace the present moment and their emotional side and slow down, where they may help you feel more structured. Take a drink of water real quick. Alright, for your life together, these bottom tarot cards represent that. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Magician, the Knight of Wands, the Lovers, and the King of Swords. So, just seeing the King of Swords here right now, this makes me feel like this is paired with their energy. So I'm feeling like they're very career oriented. They're very goal oriented. So I'm feeling like they're going to be bringing that to your relationship and in your future. This is somebody that's going to want to make plans with you. You may not... you may be more flexible with things when they're more structured with plans. And I feel like they like to get rooted in those kind of plans and what they're going to do with their life. And I feel like that's kind of how they're going to view the relationship with you as far as getting into the future. They're going to want to build a solid foundation with you. I feel like your empathy also rubs off on them. It like softens their energy, where they may have been more verbally sharp with their words, but this person may be definitely a natural leader, for sure. They're a natural leader, and they're somebody that I feel like would be the first to propose, more than likely, if you were to be interested in marriage, which I feel like pretty strongly that's here in the cards. But I feel like they're going to be driving you to your own goals and making you realize that your goals are attainable, like helping push you forward, and you get more of a drive with being with them. I'm feeling a lot of financial wealth or stability between you. I feel like this kind of pairing, not that it'll always or not always. Not that it has to be this way. This is a general reading, so take what applies to you and leave out what does not. But for somebody watching this, I'm getting the feeling like this person might be very into their career. They're a leader. Maybe they're into some type of management position, whereas you have the option to stay home if you wanted to. And I also feel kind of like with the magician and all this creative energy that you have more of an entrepreneur flair about you. Maybe you own your own business or will own your own business, or maybe they help you lay the foundations so that you can let your gift shine. And I really feel like that for you. Something to do with your own business, starting your own business. And maybe this is the business partnership that I was feeling. Maybe they will help you. They'll help structure this business with you and help you take action on this or help you set it up. This is somebody I feel like that really supports your dreams. I'm feeling like your confidence is really going to build within this connection in the future. Your confidence in yourself, and your ability to believe in your own strengths, your own gifts, and that you can attain possibly a dream or career out of it. I feel like you will get there. I'm getting a message that it may be slow for you. A little slow because you're starting from scratch. You're building from the bottom up. But I'm feeling a lot of financial success for you, both on their end and your end, or if you're merging these energies together and working together. Yeah, definitely with the Lovers card, it feels like a perfect complementary pair. You know, everybody's going to have their problems, everybody's going to have things that they have to resolve, but you guys feel very complementary, and not only in a romantic sense, but if you wanted to be in business together, open up some type of family business, I see that having a lot of success and a lot of joy for you. And I feel like the universe really supports this. Yeah, I feel like being with them, you get the confidence to go after your dreams. It's like their energy rubs off on you in a way that makes you feel more driven, whereas before you might have felt more held back to trying to reach your goals or not having the confidence for it at one time. But it's like I see you in the future, this Knight of Wands card, finally going to this part of the road, and maybe you never would have dreamed that you would reach your own dreams, but I feel like you have finally stood in your own power, and I feel like they are a huge factor in this growth. Not that they do the growth for you, but that they rub off on you, and that's also just a part of the reason why you guys are together in this lifetime. You're a very complementary pair. I feel like they push you forward, they give you structure, and I also feel like you give them a sense of excitement. They may see you as more unpredictable. They may see you as more colorful, vibrant. You make them see life in a beautiful way, whereas maybe it was more black and white before. I definitely see marriage between you. For sure. I feel a solid foundation, a good lifestyle. Yeah, so let's see if there's anything else that I'm getting for this. Yeah, I definitely feel like you two are going to have a comfortable lifestyle later on the road. Like I said, for your own journey, if you have your own business, it may feel a little slow for you building it up, but you're going to get there. And there's a sense where you won't have to necessarily work if you don't want to. And there could also be a business partnership, like I said. They may work a lot, but I feel like you, being around you relieves a lot of stress for them. Maybe getting into the logical frame of mind of things, into the perception of just being in the physical world, doing the tasks. Maybe that gets draining, or again might become kind of bleak or unexciting, but you bring this colorful, new, vivid world. It's like they have entered a new world when they're with you, and it's a very driving relationship. and a very successful lifestyle. I feel like you're going to get the home that you dream of. Your dreams will come true. There's a lot of financial success and also children if you would like to have them. I definitely see that with you too. One of you, again, you don't have to be, but one of you even may choose to be a stay-at-home parent. Let me see if there's anything else. There's a lot of longevity feeling in this reading too. So this is something built to last. The connection between you, especially with the turtles. This does feel like something that's going to last. This feels like you're the one for you, the one you'll be with the rest of your life and lay down solid foundations with. And I feel an immense amount of happiness. And I heard rewarding. So you both fuel each other. Alright, that's all I have for you, pile number 1. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. If you did, be sure to give me a big thumbs up. Comment down below if it resonated with you, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Hello, pile number 2. For those of you who selected the pile with the peacock ore, welcome to your reading. Let's find out from Spirit information regarding you and the person that you were meant to be with. So starting out, I do not want to butcher the names of these top 2 cards. It's a new deck. I'm still learning how to pronounce them. And so I will be skipping over that this time. So bear with me. But to start off, these top 2 cards represent this other person and you. So, taking a look at them, it feels like it's definitely like a party between you, but I want to look individually first at them. So this seems like this other person seems like somebody that is, it feels more extroverted. They're somebody that may be very outgoing, or if not outgoing, they're somebody very carefree, somebody who likes to let loose, and they have that energy that just kind of rubs off on other people to do the same. This is somebody I feel like that's not afraid to dance in front of other people or sing at the top of their lungs. I feel like they're somebody that loves to celebrate. They love to look at the bright sides of life. They kind of have like this bohemian flair about them. This dreamy sense. So this might be somebody with a very dreamy personality. Looking at all the blue in this and paired with that dreamy energy, it doesn't have to be, and also the ocean in the background, this might be somebody who has a lot of water energy surrounding them. So maybe a lot of Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio in their chart, or something very dominating, some very dominating water placements. They don't have to, but this is somebody that's very, definitely a feeler. This is somebody who's not afraid to wear their heart on their sleeve. They very much so wear their heart on their sleeves. They're a dreamer. They like to see, I keep getting the sense like their vision reaches far out. So I'm also feeling like this is somebody that likes spirituality more than likely, likes to look at things from a creative perspective. I feel like they have a very metaphorical mind. They might be somebody that it would be good in poetry, or they have a very dreamy sense of communication about them. They have this very dreamy-like quality, this softness, this visionary, this person that dances to the beat of their own drum. They may also have some strong air placements in their chart. They don't have to, or they may embody those of Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Yeah, and when I say that, I felt a really strong pull to Libra. So for someone watching this, Libra might be their sign, or they might have a lot of Libra energy about them. They might admire beauty or look for the beauty in life, or somebody that likes to look into the stars or stargaze. For you, this feels more like fiery energy, so you may relate more to fire signs. You do not have to. Which the fire signs are Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or you may embody those kind of traits. You might be, actually, they might not necessarily be extroverted. They could be, but this person just feels like they really dance to the beat of their own drum. You might be, this is kind of a weird dynamic. It's like, you might be more action-oriented or extroverted, or the one who's more likely to make the first move. I feel like they're definitely a charmer, but I feel like you're no. So they could be more extroverted. You could be more introverted, but you're more likely to take initiative and make the first moves on things. I feel like a lot of Aries energy about this. Like, you are not afraid to act. You see what you want, and that's what you go after. You're very goal driven, more than likely. But you also have this bright quality about you that's very sun-like. So we also have the sun, so you may even have a lot of Leo energy surrounding you. Whoops. I just heard music. And so the two of you may both admire music together. I feel like you might be more of this, maybe you like to have more goals throughout the day, or it's almost like this, the symbols that are coming up in my mind, it's like your path is more straight or jagged, and theirs is more like a wave, and it's smooth. It might be a little blurry, and but yours is bright and sharpened. I feel like you are an optimist, and this person is too, but they might get more lost in their moods sometimes. You like to work towards a purpose. So you may be very invested in your purpose. Yeah, this is somebody that likes to look into the stars, so they might even like things like astrology. They may be into conspiracy theories, and they might love things like tarot, or there's this very bohemian vibe about them too. And musical. I got musical again. Oops. I feel like there's a lot of faith within you too. I definitely feel like you're connected to Source and the divine as well. It feels like there's a playful energy between you just looking at these two cards, even though we haven't gotten into the connection between you necessarily yet. I'm already getting that from these vibes. This is somebody that might like to go out places more than you do. This is somebody that probably might like being places more barefoot, I'm getting. And maybe you're more like, I don't want to get my feet in the dirt. I don't want to, maybe it's harder for you to let loose in front of other people as much. Maybe you're a little bit more guarded. Okay, that's definitely what it feels like. But I definitely feel like you have a huge heart, though, as well. You see the light. You have a playful side to you as well, but you may not show it as much as them. And they kind of take the edge off of you, I feel. And life feels fun. Well, life feels like a party between the two of you. You may be like their knight in shining armor, whether you're male or female or whatever you identify as. I feel like you sweep them off of their feet, and it's like they help you know it's okay to be yourself and let loose, and they let you know it's okay to be spontaneous, that they help you embrace the spontaneous side of life. I keep hearing make music, so maybe you two have a lot of interest in music, or maybe that's how you guys will connect. So before we get too far into that, if anything else pops up, then I will add it to this. But let's get into the cards that I drew for your connection. So we have happiness, generosity, and nurturing. So let's take a look at the connection between you. Yeah, okay, so this definitely connects to the energy between you and this other person. I was trying to lay off on getting too fast into the connection because I wanted to save these cards, but it came up anyway, so this feels like validation that the connection between you has this air of celebration. Like, they bring the party, and it's like this, you go along, it's like you feel more impulsive around them. Playful. They help you look at the small things in life and enjoy them, like seeing the simple things in life as treasures. Maybe this is somebody like you like to go to the beach. We have seashells here, and you admire the seashells and find magic in the seashells. I feel like they definitely help you look at the magic within life, where maybe sometimes it was hard. They make the small details look beautiful and stand out where you might have not noticed them before. I feel like this is somebody that's very attracted to you, Spirit is telling me right now. You guys have a lot of fun. You have great chemistry. The two of you together might become rather impulsive sometimes and playful. They might, it's almost like this feeling where you again might be a little more guarded, or maybe it's just their personality where they're just naturally let loose everywhere. They feel like the world is their home and their backyard, and it's like you're going along. Okay, I get it. There's a lot of adventurous energy. The two of you together, it feels like an adventure. It can feel like it's a little impulsive sometimes, but there's a lot to celebrate, a lot to enjoy. Is this carefree, forget about what's going on in the rest of the world kind of vibe when you two are together. You just lose track of time and you embrace the feelings and get lost in the moment. I definitely feel that. There's a lot of joyful energy, a lot of like sacred treasure feeling, and a lot of passion, love, warm feelings. So this isn't for everybody. Not everybody's going to want kids, but I definitely feel like somebody may need to hear this who's watching this, so I'm going to say it. With the nurturing card, you might all find out that one of you becomes pregnant, or you may have a baby together. Again, I don't want to make this awkward for you guys, but this might be something unplanned. But it's like, oh, we also have 3 mermaids here, so this could be you, them, and a child. That's interesting. It's almost like you guys live in this alternate reality nobody else sees, because they're focused on the 9 to 5 and the practical side of life, where the connection between you, it's more carefree. Again, life is like a party. You're seeing a different side to life that's almost more colorful. It's like you live on the fringes. You guys may even have some interest in traveling together. And embrace the excitement, I'm hearing. Embrace that you created this world full of sunshine for each other. Of course, you're still going to have darker times. Of course, things aren't always going to be like a party. Sometimes things are going to happen. We have good and bad times. We have challenges. We still have growth. But I feel like you guys live in your own separate world away from reality, somewhere more magical, somewhere more sparkling, somewhere more, somewhere that you created your own. So maybe both of you are very creative and so creative, and like being with each other is like a getaway of its own. When they're gone, I feel like you really miss them. I feel like it's like they're a part of you. And when they're gone, it feels like something is missing from you. And so you miss them very hard, and they miss you very hard. And they're very emotional when it comes to you. Yeah, no matter what you're going through in life, I do feel like you somehow always manage to see the bright side of things and still see the simple things as magic. You have this beautiful view, both of you together, and it's a very adventurous feeling. Maybe you both also like to be in nature and embrace nature together. Embrace love and connections with others, celebrating with others too. Bringing joy together, bringing people together, and to see the world in the way that you guys do. All right, so let's move on to the tarot cards. This represents your life together, which, again, all of this kind of intersects, but this is more focused on that. And so with the Devil, again, this just makes me think of sometimes being a little too impulsive sometimes. So Spirit saying that this might be something to look out for. And it's like maybe both of you kind of shy away from the practical side of life. I feel like maybe you don't necessarily like to take the lead, but you're the one more likely rooted, if needed to come to it, and practical things to get going in that kind of direction. Like, hey, let's take a break from the party real quick and let's settle on this, think about this. But you might be a little reluctant because it's like you don't want to kill the mood. Or, yeah, it's like, please don't. It's almost this feeling like, please don't stop the song. Maybe that sounds weird, but that's just what's coming to me. Yeah, there's this very carefree, take what resonates with you. Know that you're the driver of your own reality and you can always change your course. This is just focusing on the present energy around you. Again, can always be changed. You have free will. Always remember that and take what resonates with you. But I feel like there may come a time where money might be a little bit of an issue. And I don't mean that to worry anybody, but I feel like maybe you guys won't have like the wealthiest things, but I feel like you take more joy, more satisfaction in the connections that you share with people, with each other, with the adventure of life. It's like you both look at life as a journey. There's a very spiritual connection to you. You both may want to live somewhere closer to nature. And with the Three of Wands, it's almost like, yeah, again, maybe you guys want to live in one of those tiny homes or somewhere where there's a lot of nature. Maybe you live in the country. Maybe you live near a forest or a mountain or an ocean. Okay, definitely feeling the ocean would be very beneficial for you. But you like to be close to nature. Both of you do. It like has this feeling that just it grounds you. It grounds your emotions. Because I feel like you both are very Probably very highly sensitive people, intuitives, maybe empathic, especially with the Ace of Cups here. So it may be beneficial for you guys to move near water. Definitely a creek, a lake, an ocean, especially the ocean, would be very beneficial. Spirit's saying, do not focus on the big house. It's more so the lifestyle that you create. So again, sometimes I feel like the struggle might be more so in the bills, but you don't mind having a smaller house if that's what you have to do, as long as it's like you guys have the world as your playground, and it's almost this sense of both of your inner children going out to play with each other. You see life as an adventure. Life is like an adventure between you. I feel like that's kind of like the vibe of the lifestyle that you both have. Yeah, there might come a moment where you really have to look at certain choices. Maybe this has to do with money, or maybe relocating. Okay, yeah, for somewhere that maybe, again, more close to nature and less heavy on bills for you. But nature, it feels vital for you. And I feel like once you relocate things, there's a lot of transformation. So when you may be going through the financial stresses, I feel like a lot of inner child healing might come up for the both of you. So maybe you even look at each other, if you know this person already, as like a twin flame. Or it's like you both, it's like you're healing together. You see your inner child wounds, but you embrace being vulnerable with each other. You help each other heal and shine light on those things that need to heal. It's like you see both the dark and the light, and they're both switched in this colorful lens. It feels definitely this vibe of appreciating the small things. And maybe for some of you, maybe you met them a little later in life, and there's a sense of like having to start over in a lifestyle that you didn't expect to be in or didn't plan originally, but there's this metamorphosis, this transformation, and it's like maybe you're even interested in the concept of minimalism. Being close, again, I keep saying it, but it keeps coming up, being close to nature, not having too much with you. Like maybe you decide to get rid of a lot of things that you own for, it feels almost like the spiritual feeling of minimalizing and not needing the connection to that, and having, again, the earth as your backyard, as your playground, as long as you have this life as an adventure. And that's the thing that matters the most to you two. It's like the world is your playground, and I feel like that's kind of the lifestyle that you will have. Again, take what resonates with you, but I feel like it's important for you both to live near nature and the water. This feels like an exciting, adventurous connection between you. But there'll probably come times where you both sit down and you're like, okay, we need to make this decision. We have to talk about the hard things sometimes. Maybe this has to do with mundane matters. Like usually you don't focus as much on that because you're seeing this other side of life. And then sometimes you have to bring yourself to a halt so you can discuss these, and then you get back to what you do. Let me see if there's anything else for you. Yeah, with a Hierophant, excuse me if I'm butchering the pronunciation. It's almost a spiritual connection. So whether you're into metaphysical spirituality, whether you decide to go to a church or a blend of the two. I definitely see that spirituality of some sort will be important to you. Connection to, I just heard connection to God. So whatever you call that, the universe, divine. I'm also hearing higher self. So I feel like soul growth is definitely a big deal to you both. Soul development, stepping into your higher selves in this lifetime. And giving to others. Definitely giving to others. I feel like even if you guys don't have a lot, you find a way to give to other people. You both are very generous and you both have big hearts, and I feel like life is an adventure between you, a very heartfelt, heart-centered experience. Sometimes hard. Again, maybe for the more mundane matters, or maybe something sometimes feels like the rug is been pulled out from under your feet, or maybe that happened at some point and it really affects you or one of you. But I feel like that too shall pass kind of feeling from it if that happens. You guys have a very spiritual connection and very close to Mother Gaia and the universe, and I feel like that's the lifestyle that you choose to live and want to live. And you have a very strong, wow, okay, that makes sense. So you have a very strong faith in the divine and that there's always a plan, and your faith keeps you going. It's like you're this warrior of light, this warrior of the divine, and you have so much faith, and the divine sees that, and it's like they reward you for that. Like there's always a place to go for you no matter what. The divine, you are led by the divine. You live this very again, warrior of the divine, almost like this earth angel existence where that's like your mission, and you follow it. You follow the faith in the universe. You believe that everything happens for a reason, and things can sometimes get hard, but you know it's always part of the plan. And again, once again, there's this feeling like the world is your backyard for you two. So maybe you guys will move a lot together. Maybe you guys will travel. Maybe, again, I definitely feel like being close to nature will be important. Living somewhere, maybe in a small home. Focusing less on the things that tie you down to the materialistic. So neither of you, I feel, are materialistic at all. That's what it is. Okay. So you guys both are not materialistic, and that's not your path in life and not how you want to view the world. Your world is very spiritual. You're very spiritually led by the divine and your faith in the universe, and trust. And it's because you know that once this life is over, you can't take these material things with you. And I feel like that's kind of like how you live. You know what's important and what's truly not. You're able to shed these things, and maybe that's why you choose to live a more minimalist life, away from too much of the material things. Maybe you enjoy more of the simple things, for sure. Maybe you appreciate more of a simplistic lifestyle, and I mean that more as like having a cheaper home, a smaller home, if that means you can enjoy the world more and your spirituality more and appreciate what you have. There's a lot of sense of appreciation within you and this other person, appreciating life and seeing through the hard times, and that is a beautiful thing. And I think you will inspire others with your connection. All right, that's all I have for you, pile number 2. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up, comment down below if it resonates with you, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 3, our last pile today. For those of you who selected the Larimar crystal, hello and welcome to your reading. Let's find out from Spirit some information about you and the person that you are meant to be with. So, just to start off here, let you know that I am still learning this top deck with the how you pronounce the names of the cards. Bear with me. So I'm going to be skipping over trying to pronounce that. So I really don't want to butcher the names. So let's get into your cards. So these top two cards here represent this other person and you. So for them, this is somebody that really brings hope. This person is like a light bearer. They're like the embodiment of human sunshine for real. I feel like they naturally just light up a room when they walk into it. They bring hope, and I feel like they are a light in the dark to others. And when they step into a room, it's almost like there was no dark to begin with. I feel like this is somebody very optimistic, bright, loving. I have this gentle feeling about this card too. So this person, I feel like, has more of a gentle energy to them, this soft, loving energy. Their heart shines so bright, and it's like, again, human sunshine. Even if they're not the most outgoing person, I feel like their presence just emits this. You cannot, it's like you cannot feel dark around them. Like, not that you can't ever have your own darker emotions or anything, but I feel like their presence just has like this angelic feeling about it, or this calming, soothing presence around them. And I feel like they may put on this face too for others, this positive, smiling face, and this sense of calmness about them with this energy right now. But I feel like maybe they don't always feel like that on the inside. Yeah. On the outside, they're very calm, nurturing, soft, gentle, patient. They bring hope to others, but they may hide some of their worries and concerns because, okay, this person, yeah. So they may bear all of the heavier feelings so other people don't have to, in a way. So it's like they're trying to be a beacon of hope for others, and on the outward appearance, that's what they want to put on. They don't want to show if they're feeling more anxious inside or worried. They want to be the one that takes all of that from people, and takes all that from you especially. I feel like they're your bright beacon of hope, but sometimes they carry on too much, and they're very selfless, and very, very selfless. Let's get on to you. So for you, you are definitely somebody who's very intuitive. I'm feeling a lot of psychic energy from you. You have the ability to really connect with others' hearts. Yes, so I'm feeling like you are definitely a natural empath. I feel like you see under like the surface of people. You see beyond the exterior. You see straight to the core of their hearts. I feel like you're able to speak to a part of people's hearts that other people might not be able to open up so easily. I feel like when they're around you, people are around you, it's like they're telling you their deepest secrets and stuff without you even saying anything. But you like to make people feel comfortable, for sure. You're not afraid to explore the depths. You're not afraid to reveal your heart or hear what's on other people's hearts. I feel like you're a natural healer, especially emotionally. You may be interested in psychology. That's not for all of you. Or you may even have an interest in the medical field or mental health or anything that you get to nurture others. But again, you don't have to. Or you may have a career involving your spirituality or intuitive abilities. Or whatever that is. It doesn't have to be a career. but I definitely feel like you're very empathetic. You're very deep. This blue color around here definitely feels like your energy. It's very deep. The waters run very deep with you, and I feel like you reach parts of people's hearts that weren't out on the surface, which makes a lot of sense with their card here. So I feel like they put on a bright face for others, and maybe it's just their natural go-to presence about them. Maybe they can't necessarily help that, and sometimes it can feel lonely inside because they're concealing the weight of the world that's on their shoulders. They try to take that off other people. They don't want other people to see them suffer. But I feel like you have the ability, it's almost like reaching into their hearts, grabbing that out of them, and they can just decompress around you. They can let out their true sides. It's almost like if they needed to cry, they would be safe to do that with you. You create space for them and a sense of connection where they feel like you see the real them. And again, we're getting into some of the connection here, probably. But it's just what's coming up just looking from these two cards. So, yes, this person, again, they're a bringer of hope. They like to take the weight off other people's shoulders. And when people are around them, it's like this sense of sunshine. They feel like they're in sunshine, but they may not show the world the heaviness that is on their shoulders from doing that. And they may get burnt out from that. They're very selfless. They like taking care of others to their own detriment, and they don't spend a lot of time on themselves. Or maybe sometimes they feel lonely that other people don't see that. But you on the other end, you can't have this ability to grab into other people's hearts, see into their hearts, know what they're feeling without a word or any cue. You just have this, oops, sorry. 1 second, guys. You just, sorry, I dropped the cards. You just have, excuse me, I'm trying to get back to where it was. But I feel like you just have this ability to reach out and see into people's hearts and connect to them, maybe even without any words, like just a simple facial expression from you. You see through the core of people and you put them at ease. You see the real them. You see through people's intentions. You're very psychic. You're very empathic. You're an empath, for sure. You make people feel like they're not alone. So already, this is building blocks of a beautiful connection. So with that being said, let's get into more of the connection. So we have mystery, awareness, and compassion. So, yep. Okay, so this backs up what I was saying about your intuition being on point when it comes to seeing people's inner worlds, their hearts, their core essence. We have mystery, and it's almost like, this feels like she can see into this little, I don't know if you call it a fog or whatever you want to call this. It's like she can see into something that is unseeable, seemingly. And we have compassion, and these two mixed together, it definitely feels like empathic ability. So I definitely feel like you have a very psychic connection, and the connection between you with awareness combined with these cards, I feel like it's not just you being able to see through them, but I feel like you both have kind of like this telepathic connection between you. You feel each other's hearts even when you're away from each other. I feel like you both feel each other's emotions. You can tell when something's wrong even when they're not there. I definitely feel like that. So you could go, for example, somebody could be at work. They could be at work. This other person could be at work and they can't talk right now or can't text you or anything like that because they're working, they're busy, or whatever. But I feel like if something's wrong, if they're struggling, you'll be able to feel that, and vice versa. If something's going on with you, it's like this telepathic bond. And if you didn't know that you guys already had that, well, now you know. That's really what I'm seeing between you. This is a very emotional connection, a very heartfelt connection between you. It's the sense of being full of depth, emotional depth, psychic awareness, very emotional love, very passionate, very healing. Again, I feel like they can be around you and just decompress. They can show the real them. They don't have to fake anything with you and just naturally, even if they tried, I feel like they couldn't help it around you. It's like you have this unique essence about you where they just automatically let loose, decompress. All the heaviness is finally pouring out in your presence, and at first they might not know why this is happening or what's going on, because they can't usually fool people with how they're feeling, or they can't let their guard down in the same way, but they just naturally do it with you. This person, I feel like this person does not trust easily, and maybe it's not necessarily trust, it's more so open up to people very easily. But I feel with you, it's just natural. You see the real them. They can be themselves around you. It's like you unlock a part of them. There's a lot of, it's like this empathic connection between you, this invisible string that's always between your hearts. You always feel each other. There's a very psychic connection between you. And I feel like maybe they weren't always aware of their gifts, but you make them aware of that because of the feelings that run deep between you and this very psychic, telepathic connection and ability to always feel each other. You may have a lot of synchronistic moments with each other. You can tell each other your deepest secrets, I'm hearing, both of you. You get lost in their mind and their world. You think that they deserve the world, and you want to take the burden off of their shoulders. And they love and adore you. You both love and adore each other. I feel like there's also a sense of friendship, and it's beyond playful means too. Like, there's playfulness, but I feel like it's a very deep, trustworthy bond. You tell each other everything from your pasts to your deepest heart desires to your wounds. I feel like you're very emotionally open with each other. And it's like, you can't help that. You bring out this part of them that felt locked inside and like they're not alone, and it's like you get lost in their world. You want them to be able to open up too. Yeah, it feels like the waters run very deep between you two. It's a very psychic connection. Like I said before, I'm seeing if there's anything else with these 3 cards. They can't hide anything from you. And it's like they're able to telepathically, again, communicate with you. There's a very serious vibe, a very emotionally fulfilling vibe. Very deep connection. Alright, let's get into the bottom tarot cards here. We have the 4 of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Moon, the 7 of Swords, and the Star. So these tarot cards represent your life together. And again, that can kind of intersect with, intersect whichever word. Probably not using that correctly. But anyway, it kind of coincides with the connection too. But I wanted to get a feel for like the life together that you both share, maybe even some information about the lifestyle. So let's see what else comes through. It kind of feels like you both, with the Four of Pentacles, as far as lifestyle is concerned, when you guys live together, I feel like you live together. For somebody, I'm hearing apartment, so you may get an apartment together. It doesn't have to be that. It can be whatever you desire or want it to end up being and make it be. But I definitely feel for somebody, you guys will have an apartment together, live in an apartment together. For others of you, along with this, I'm getting a sense like you two kind of live separately from the rest of the world, and this isn't the same kind of vibe as the last group. The last group felt more like having the world as your playground, whereas this feels more like wanting to be separate from society, secluded. Even if you live around other people because you live in an apartment, it almost feels like you don't really want to talk to the neighbors, that kind of feeling. Or it's not even in a bad way or any like offense to anybody else. It's just that you're okay with your own world. It kind of reminds me of a hermit crab, staying inside your own shell, being happy with the home. I feel like you both probably like to be inside the home. Maybe you both are kind of a bit of homebodies, except for when you have to go to work or something. Maybe you're both very introverted. Whatever resonates with you, but I definitely feel like you like to live a life separate from others. So it's like you enjoy your time at home and your time together. You feel comfortable with that. Again, being separate from the neighbors or whoever, I feel as if it's not, again, any offense. You just feel more comfortable being to yourself, keeping to yourself. You guys keep to yourself. You enjoy your own home. And even if you're, again, around a bunch of other people living near you, whether it's a neighborhood or an apartment complex, I feel like you have no trouble creating your own world that feels separate from the rest of what's going around you. Like this, almost like this little Terran space where you guys go and it's a whole new world and it feels comfortable. I feel like one of you will be very goal driven with the Chariot card, and I'm leaning more so on you. I'm not sure why that is, but maybe you have certain goals, or you may get promoted in a certain company, and I'm also feeling like that too because of this blue colors popping out to me that came up in your card, and that feels a lot like your energy. You may end up getting a job in something like HR for a company, counseling, a medical profession, something where, or caregiving, something where you're caring for others. I feel like you're probably going to be working for others or doing something where you're climbing up some type of career ladder, getting promoted, and having to be around others. You're kind of forced to be more social. Whereas they may not work as many hours as you. Doesn't have to be like that, but that's just what's coming through. Yeah, the moon is this is a very intuitive, seeing behind the surface of things. So this really coincides with what I was saying before. Okay, this is something I just noticed that I thought is really interesting. So with this card, on both of the pillars, we have, it looks like wolves. We have the darker wolf and the lighter wolf. And the Chariot, we have the white horse and the dark horse. So yeah, this definitely adds to that layer, especially with having the moon, the very intuitive, behind the surface kind of card, and with all the psychic energy between you. It's like even if you guys get busy, even if you're working a lot, it's like you are always connected or manage to stay connected with each other. It's a very psychic bond. And again, if you haven't realized this yet, if you already know this person, that's something to start acknowledging, because you have a very telepathic bond, whether you know it or not. Or again, whether you know this person or you have yet to meet them. Yeah, and what's interesting here, when I looked at this, the lighter wolf reminds me of their energy, feeling like human sunshine, but not necessarily showing it on the outside or inside, excuse me. And this darker wolf reminds me of you, where you're more of like the this lunar energy, where you're this guiding light. You see you see into the pits of people's souls, where other people might not be able to reach into. You reach into this darker waters. You see through everything, and it's like you're non-judgmental. And I definitely feel like you're more outright about it sometimes, where again, they might have had more struggle, but they're very open with you. Yeah, I definitely see you living together. And again, you may work more hours, but again, you guys have very strong connection, and communication is really strong between you two, even unspoken communication. So your communication will always be good, whether it's verbally or not. It will always be there because of the psychic connection that you both have with each other. Okay, so I'm getting the sense from the Seven of Swords, if you're working a lot of hours, if this resonates with you, take what resonates with you. If you find yourself in a position or a job where you're taking on a lot of responsibility, where even if you're running around a lot, so again, whether this is working for a company, if you're caregiving, whatever this is, or if it's just taking on a lot of people's emotions and responsibilities or tasks, I feel like you're very nose deep into your job or what you do. You get things done, and you may take on too much, and it's like you get a little flustered from your day. You deal with a lot of other people's needs very often and taking care of them, and it's like at the end of the day, it's like you may be more frazzled out, more cranky. No offense to anybody, but that's just what's coming through. And it's like you just need a moment to relax. And I feel like when you come home, this other person is somebody very nurturing. They want to take the load off of your shoulders. They want to nurture you. It's like with the star, she has these two vases of water that she's pouring, and it's almost like she's taking the staticky energy that is around you from your day, and she's nurturing you with this water. Whether this person's a he or a she. Again, take what resonates with you. I'm just talking in regards to this card. So this person, yeah, it's like they want to be your calm to your storm. This person is the calm to your storm, where you see into their heart where others can't. You reach a place in their heart that's like the deepest of waters that other people may not even notice. But it's like you do all of this out in the world, whatever your career is or whatever you do out there. Or maybe this has to do with your family life or whatever, like on your side. But I feel like it's like you definitely try to take the responsibility off of others too. I'm feeling you take on a lot more than other people around you. I'm not talking in regards to this person. I'm talking about like the outside world, or you take on a lot in your job, or you maybe feel stressed out by other people running around having to do these things, and people it might get on your nerves, or you just might feel frazzled out by it after a while, or you were too much on the go and you need to slow down. And it's like again, you come home and this person is like nurturing you. They're creating a calm environment. They're making this calm, like sunset, sunrise feeling, and it helps you really decompress. So they add a feeling of calm. I feel like your wherever you guys will live is going to be like your safe place. This is your safe spot away from the world. And that definitely goes along with what I was saying in the Four of Pentacles. It's like, even there's almost a sense that even if you were to go or move somewhere, I feel like no matter what, you'll always feel home with this person. No matter where you live, they will always be like your home. And that's kind of the feeling you get between you. You are each other's home. And you have a home together. I feel like that won't be an issue. But I'm feeling like maybe the outside world will frazzle you out sometimes, and you both can get together and just forget about the rest of it and nurture each other. Or it's like you're both recharging each other. They feel like you really see them and they can be themselves around you, and they nurture you. They again provide a calm to the storm. They ease your frazzled mind and heart. It's like they take away the static. They make your day easier. They want to make your day easier. They want to make you feel nurtured and cared for and loved. It's a very loving bond. They want to take pressure off of you. And that's like the energy in your home that you'll have together. I feel like that's very important to both of you. And I feel like this is also, maybe you have a really high demanding kind of job, and they want to take the pressure off of you, so that the world might be frantic with whatever you do in the outside world, but your home is like your safe place. It's almost like a sound booth, like some libraries have, where you can't hear anything outside of it, and it's so relaxing. You can just decompress and be separate from the rest of the world. And I feel like that's something you both need, because you're both actually very empathetic, and take on a lot from other people. And it's like you just come home and it's the outside world is muted, and you can let it all go, whatever is not yours, and relax. It's a very safe spot where you can both be true, genuine, and you both nurture your connection. And it's very, very, very loving. And it's like your little piece of harmony. Very harmonious energy around your home. Your getaway. I'm hearing you guys create a getaway with each other. Alright, that's all I have for you, pile number 3. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. I hope that you enjoyed your reading and that you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching.